Hello and welcome to ZAG SZN, a Gotham Production Studios original podcast. I'm Raúl.
I'm Autumn.
I'm Matt.
We're here to debate our office's most controversial...
Unpopular.
Damn it.
Not controversial.
Damn it. We're here to debate our office's most unpopular and completely meaningless opinions. And my ZAG is this. George Lucas, with Star Wars, the creator of Star Wars, did not know what he was doing. Many creative people, since he started these movies, have basically spent their entire careers being janitors, cleaning up after him, and making things make sense. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of us pretending like he knew all along exactly what he was doing. We were talking a little bit before we started recording about which Star Wars films we had each seen.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn, can you just walk us through which Star Wars films you have seen?
Yes, I have seen Star Wars A New Hope, which is referred to sometimes as Episode 4.
Correct.
I have seen
Yes.
in theaters 2 months ago.
Oh, nice.
Right? Whenever the
Damn,
anniversary
I missed
was.
that. I would have watched that.
I was like, I haven't seen the other ones. Am I going to be confused? And my husband said, what's wrong with you? I was not confused. They made it very clear what was happening. And then I saw the new trilogy.
You didn't see Jedi?
It's just called Jedi?
Return of the Jedi, sorry.
Oh, no.
And Matt?
All of them?
Seen all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So...
I've also seen season 1 of Andor.
Excellent. Excellent stuff. And Andor is a great example of this. There's like a single little line
In Rogue One. I'm so sorry. I've seen Rogue One
that's okay.
several times. I like Rogue One.
That's okay. Feel free as we zag together to just throw out any other Star Wars properties that
Christmas special?
Yeah, have you?
No.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
I've seen enough of it.
So...
Me too.
So, like, Andor is a great example of this. There's, like, a little throwaway line in Star Wars A New Hope. Like, a whole team of people, like, you know, died in order to bring us these Death Star plans. And then decades later, Lucasfilm creates this whole series, which is excellent, and everybody should watch it. But it's fleshing out the world of Star Wars, which is great, and I'm all for it. I just don't want us to act like George was like a mastermind puppeteer from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a couple examples of things here.
We did research.
I did a little bit of research. Like you talked about Rogue One. Literally, it was a joke for decades that the Death Star was an inside job. And then in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
Disney was like, you know what? It was an inside job. And they made a whole movie about how it was an inside job.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to acknowledge that, because now people like young Star Wars fans are coming into their own, and they're finding this property and they're watching all this stuff and they're like, wow, this is really incredible. Like, there's so much material here. It all makes sense. And I just want people to know that it didn't always make sense. Order 66. Are you aware of Order 66?
Is that when Dooku told Anakin to kill all the younglings?
Ooh, yes. But also, you explain it.
It was Emperor Palpatine was the main guy behind it, and they sent out an order to all the clone troopers to turn on the Jedi and kill all your friends.
Just turn on him.
Just go ahead.
He like had like a radio broadcast, and he was like, Order 66. And then all of the clones just completely flipped their personalities and turned on the Jedi who they had been working with for however many years.
But it was built into their manufacturing.
And where was that revealed? In the movie in which Order 66 happened? No.
Wasn't it?
No, it's in Clone Wars. It's in the TV show that they made years later.
It's in a separate property?
It's in a separate property. If you watch the movie, he's just like, Order 66. And then they all just completely change. And it's like, what? So these are just a couple examples of like the Death Star is an inside job, Order 66. I mean, these are like big elements of like the Star Wars story. And like George gets credit for sure for creating them, for writing the story, for coming up with this whole sort of very imaginative universe, but he didn't do all of it. And there's a lot of other people who've been like, oh yeah, remember that plot hole? We probably got to fix that. We got to fix that. What, do we have any animated series coming up? Let's do it there.
Are these plot holes or are we plot gardening?
Whoa, that's a good argument.
It says Order 66 and then they do the thing. You're like, oh, well, that's Order 66. There you go. The thing about the Death Star.
Yeah.
They're like, what if we made that real? What if we made it an inside job?
And
then they get the shovel and they start digging the hole.
And then we can make a whole series about it. Because, like, if you waited for George Lucas to write everything, we would never have Star Wars. Like, he wrote the first movie and made it. And then it was a success, and he wrote and made the second movie.
Yeah.
Like, things happen. You make something and you don't think it's going to be a billion-dollar property. I hope it will be.
Right.
But then you, like, have to make the next thing. You have to go, oh, crap. Now they have to be brother and sister.
Right. I'm glad you brought up Luke and Leia being brother and sister. I'm assuming that's who you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Was Leia always Luke's sister? Because I think we know from the beginning that George knew that Darth Vader, in case anybody's confused about this, Vader means father in German, just to be very clear. So, like, he clearly knew he was someone's dad.
They named him Dark Father.
Yeah. But it seems like the OG plan was, like, Luke. If you watch A New Hope, there's very little evidence, and plenty of people have talked about this, like, Vader doesn't get any kind of like Force vibes from his literal daughter standing next to him. These are just things that again, my zag here is not that I think Star Wars is silly, even though it is. It's a children's property, and that's fine. It's very fun. I love it. I grew up with it. I have a lot of affection. I love what George built, but he is just not a mastermind. That's what I'm trying to say. He has plenty of like writing flaws that then other people like Dave Filoni paper over. They make parts of his movies make sense. And then everybody looks back and they're like, oh yeah, like it made sense the whole time. And I'm here to say absolutely not. It did not.
It's a patchwork labor of love from Star Wars fans down the generations that they are like, this old property that I liked, yeah, it's got an issue. I'll take care of it.
Right.
I'll solve that.
Yeah, maybe that's how we should be talking about it.
Yeah,
as like
he doesn't need all the credit. It's a community-driven project.
A community-driven project, a community garden of sorts.
That's right.
It would be nice if there was somebody that we could appoint as the canon commander, because it goes crazy when you get too many people trying to figure, like the Acolyte right there. Like that show just went rogue.
Oh yeah, it did.
Rogue 2. And it just made a lot of decisions that kind of didn't make sense.
I feel like Dave Filoni has appointed himself canon commander. But yeah, I think Lucasfilm as like a company, obviously they have some kind of, I'm sure that they have some kind of like story council, some, canon story council or something where I think they're called writers. They keep track of everything.
But I think they don't. I mean, maybe they do now, but Marvel doesn't.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, before it was sold to Disney, was anybody doing that work?
No.
Like, I don't know. Who was keeping track of all the it used to be like a whole expanded universe of novels and stuff. Like, I'm old enough to remember like watching Star Wars as a kid and having that feeling of like, that's it. That's all we're ever going to get. Mm-hmm. Just these 3 movies. And then there's like a whole lot of books if you want more. But like, that's it.
Yeah.
And obviously that is not the world we live in now. We live in a world where it's like, oh, this thing made $5. What are we doing? Are we making another one? Another 4?
Like clone those people.
Yeah. Digitally scan their faces so that we can use them in perpetuity.
Yeah. When did stormtroopers become clone troopers? Like when? Because
Great question.
In the sequels after the original trilogy, they're just regular people.
Mm-hmm.
When did the transition happen from clone trooper? I guess the clones died and they had to make new ones.
The term Clone Wars does appear in the first Star Wars movie, in A New Hope. So Lucas, he knew his general sort of thing. And I think he has maybe even talked about the idea that the prequel movies were maybe, he did not have like the technology to like fully realize those movies at the time. So he sort of chose to make the Luke section of the story.
He wasn't able to sow the seeds that he planted.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I consider myself a big Star Wars fan, but I also am not a liar. And I call it like I see it. And I love you, George, but also you owe a lot of credit to a lot of other people. Sure. And that's important.
That is important.
Did he take a lot of notes on the prequel trilogy? Or did he write that all by himself? And like, because like I see the behind the scenes stuff, he's kind of like turning people down when they have ideas.
I think George is like an auteur, for better or worse. I think that the prequel movies are like very much like it's him, his vision, his writing. I mean, George's dialogue, man, it's tough. It's tough sometimes.
There was a scene in, what was the movie I just watched?
You're talking about Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. Obi-Wan is fighting with the guy that's like scuttles like a bug. Who am I thinking of? General
Grievous.
Yes, General Grievous.
Yeah.
They're going to start fighting, and they're doing a little kind of homoerotic back and forth first.
Yes.
And there's like a super tight zoom in. Like you can tell that they didn't know what line they wanted Obi-Wan to say. So they like tried a few.
His eyes kind of like narrow.
Yeah, he ends up going, "Oh, I don't think so." And I'm like,
"Oh, I don't think so."
Back to the drawing board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I believe that he didn't take any notes on those movies. He just made what he felt like.
I mean, he owned it. He owned it from the jump, the whole thing. So he could do what he wanted. That's my ZAG.
I think we all agree with you.
Excellent. Yeah. Fantastic. I win once again. So this has been ZAG season. I'm Raúl.
I'm Autumn.
I'm Matt.
Thank you for watching.